The next one we have is a place, and this is probably one of the easiest ones to establish, but also really important. So establishing place is really important. So say, for instance, 42 million people a year, 42 million people a year visit Las Vegas, Nevada. So that means 42 people, a year have some kind of context of what that location looks like. If you were to show that in a game, immediately be like, oh, that's Las Vegas. I get it. Like, oh, that's cool. I like how they did that. This looks like that area. This looks like that area. While we have, on the other hand, another place that's considered still a tourist location, but we only have 2 million people a year that visit a place called Leavenworth, Washington. So what this means is that we can kind of have more room to play with those spaces when we have an area like Leavenworth, Washington, because it can be a tourist location. It can be someone that's fun to explain, someone that's fun to visually, to illustrate in your scene, but we can kind of be a little bit more playful with that scene because people might have an idea of what it might look like, but they don't have direct context typically. So we have a little more flexibility in there. So again, most people know what the White House looks like. We have an idea what it looks like. So as soon as you put that White House in the scene, you're like, oh, I'm in Washington, D.C. I know exactly where I'm at. I don't need all the other clues to tell me because the White House tells me right away. Mm-hmm. Whereas in Fallout 76, it's in West Virginia. Not a lot of people have been to West Virginia. So you could immediately say, oh, I think this is somewhere like, in the country, kind of like in the hills, it looks like. So you got to have a little bit more room to play as to get an idea as to what kind of story you want to tell visually with the space. Here's a shot from The Order, so 1886, and so similar thing. London, different timeline, but same kind of universe as us. So we have that space to kind of ground us in a reality that doesn't exist, but is a place that is a real place. So that's kind of cool that we have these kind of like pseudo kind of ideas coming together as one. And here's a shot from Red Dead as to we don't really quite know exactly the location, but we know it's somewhere in the West that is kind of being explored as like frontier land.